What's that thing, what's that thing you call it when a book buying ban crashes and burns? Yes! A book haul. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Visually Reads. As always, guys, I'm Andrew, and today, guys, I failed, and I hauled some books. I was supposed to be on a book buying ban. Guys, I'm just not gonna do bans anymore, because obviously, with me, at least, when I put myself on a book buying ban, I just end up, repressing myself, and then as soon as, a crack opens up, I'm like, let's buy all the books that I wanted to buy while I was on the ban, and I just end up with the same amount of books. So, guys, this is a pretty decent haul. This isn't even everything. I've got books on the way. I'll show them to you later. Guys, I am very excited to show you all the books that I have acquired, received, been gifted, what have you. But before we get into that book haul, make sure you are liking and subscribing, hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That said, guys, let's just get right on in to the unacceptable travesty that is my life and is a book haul. So we're going to start off with this gorgeous book. This was mainly a cover buy. And I say mainly a cover buy because I think this is like a semi-finalist right now with the SPFBO that's currently getting ready to wrap up. That's going to be Burn Reds, guys. Look at this cover, with the red, the white, and the black, and there's stars in the background. This is by Kirsten Espinosa Rosario, and I'm pretty sure I've butchered her name. I am so sorry, but your cover artist, oh my god, who did this cover art? I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out who did this cover art because I want to follow them on Twitter. I saw this on Twitter. I was just like, okay, look at that dragon on the cover. It starts with a rift that burns 1,000 scars into the sky. Yeah, yes, please. Thank you. I'll have that in my collection. I was basically never not going to own this book. It is so beautiful. And then, of course, I ended up buying a book that's been on my wish list for forever. I haven't even read the first book, guys. I don't know what's going on with me. I got the third book in the Black Iron Legacy. I still haven't read the first book in the Black Iron Legacy, but here it is. My good old friend Gareth Hanrahan, I finally learned how to say your name. But yeah, you can see that there is the Gutter Prayer and Saint Shadow. I've got them. They're up there. I haven't gotten to them yet, but I love the cover art so much. It's so ethereal that I just figured, yeah, why not? I'll go ahead and snag it. So that's Gareth Hanrahan's. This is book 3 in Black Iron Legacy. And then I got I believe this is the Revenger trilogy. And I bought the first one of this a while ago. Guys, this isn't even on my, immediate reads list. And the covers are, that kind of neon cool. And so we've got Bone Silence, and I don't even know which one's book 2 and which one's book 3. And Shadow Captain by Alistair Reynolds. Alistair Reynolds is, of course, Revelation Space. He got some traction a couple months ago, and this is a different trilogy than Revelation Space. I actually have those two on Kindle. The first 2 of that 3 of that trilogy that is Revelation Space on Kindle. But these covers are just so beautiful, and I've heard so much praise for Alistair Reynolds that I figured, why not? And I don't even know when I'm possibly going to get to these. Did I mention that I bought the third book in a series that I hadn't even started yet? Oh yeah, I did it again. That's going to be The Bone Ship's Wake by R.J. Barker. I have got the first 2 in the Tide Child trilogy. Guess what? I haven't started them, but I have the third book. I think this is the final book in the trilogy. And I've heard good things about, I heard book 1's okay, and then book 2 and 3 are amazing. And so I'm super excited to get to these. I just, frankly, I like the cover art and the fact that, it's dragon bone ships and stuff like that. That whole subject just kind of appeals to me, so I wanted to add this to the collection. This one I first heard about from my good friend the Boiled Jellyfish, who has been kind of starting his own channel. He's been doing a couple tags. But this is Northern Wrath, which it's like a Norse. You can kind of see on the back, it's got Norse knots and stuff like that. Tilda Cold Holt, I believe is what that is called. This is part 1 of the Hanged God trilogy. It's got this really gorgeous, I just noticed that was kind of it's a different texture, so it's nice and shiny. Ooh, I like that. That's a nice little touch. You can kind of see it shine there when this is matte. And that's I like that touch. This is Northern Wrath, part 1 of the Hanged God trilogy. I don't know a whole lot about it. I do know it's Norse fantasy, and for that reason, I had to have it. I have heard great things about this, and I bought the first book. It's kind of a priority for me, but I just don't know when I'm going to get to it. This is an 8-book saga that I now have the first 3 books on, and I haven't even read a single word. It's going to be Philip C. Quantrell's book 2 of Empire of Dirt. I almost said Empire of Dust. Empire of Dirt in the Echo Saga. Look at this cover art. Like, these are partially cover buys, and it's like self-pub. It's got this nice 2. Like, it's got the numeral on there, which I really love. And, like, the spines just, like, really match really well. So that's Empire of Dirt, book 2. And then I also got book 3, Relics of the Gods. Or is it just the Relic of the Gods? Yes, okay, sorry. It's got this nice dragon in the background and this just dude with a sword on his shoulder. I like it. It continues the numerals down at the bottom. Yes, please. Alright. I wish that was the end of the whole, but it's not. I haven't even read the first book in this. That's going to be Ken Follett's. This is the sequel to Pillars of the Earth. And I was at Half Price Books and I saw this. And literally the reason I wanted this is because the Pillars of the Earth that I have is super floppy. This is also super floppy. And it's got French flaps. I don't know why I like French flaps, but I do. And so this is a sequel to that, World Without End. There's a 3rd book and a prequel that I will probably end up picking up as well. I don't know why. I just want them. This is historical fiction. And ever since I read Guns of the Dawn, like, I'm more interested in historical fiction. So for that reason, I'm kind of acquiring some of the greats. And then, I should have reorganized my stack better. This is not the only Stephen King that I have. So I did pick up some King books. I recently read It, and I had a really, really fantastic time. And actually, by the time I'm recording this in a couple days, I'm having my spoiler discussion with Sarah Reeds and Baron from Your Brain on Books. So I'm getting back into Stephen King. It's been a long time. This is one of the Castle Rock stories that is like, Needful Things is like the last Castle Rock story. This is the dark half. My buddy, Jake the Bookish Drummer, he says that this is one of the underrated King books, and then it's actually really good. He says it's got a weird premise, but that kind of goes like hand in hand with King. So yeah, we're going to go The Dark Half by Stephen King. This is an original hardcover. You can see the Viking press there. It's super shiny. And I bought it because it had the cover on it, the Mylar cover. I love Mylar covers now. I don't know why. That's super shiny, even though it's like really hard on the camera. Whatever. I also got this illustrated edition of Salem's Lot. And guys, I love this book. I think this is out of print, but this is by Doubleday. And it's just, I haven't read Salem's Lot in a long, long time. I believe I read it as a teenager, or I read like the first third of it. I'm not entirely sure. It's been probably a couple decades since I tried to read it. I am currently reading Night Shift as part of the Bookish Drummer's book club. He's doing kind of the whole short story novella read-along of all of Stephen King's works. And the first one in Night Shift is Jerusalem's Lot, which is set 120 years prior to Salem's Lot. And that was done in epistolary format. And I really, really enjoyed that. So I'm super excited for Salem's Lot. I think I'm going to really enjoy it. All right. Then we'll have at least one more King book later. So I was also at Half Price Books, as one is wont to do. And I saw the City of Stars, or City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett. I've heard a lot of things. This is like urban fantasy with some horror elements into it. And that really, really appealed to me. I got books 2 and 3. I don't know which one is which. I believe it's City of Blades, City of Miracles, or City of Miracles, City of Blades. I don't know. But they did not have book 1, so I bought book 1 off of Amazon. And I think Robert Jackson Bennett, like, switched publishers. Because you can see that the spine no longer matches. They've added this Del Rey. And so it bugs me a little bit. They've got the size right, and it's the same art. But this is, like, BDWY, and then this one's Del Rey. So I don't know why they made that change. But my spines no longer match, and that's one of my little pet peeves. That said, I'm not going to go out of my way to rebuy books 2 and 3. Like, I don't care. And then my good friend and author was moving, Mr. Daniel Barnett, and he sent me a proof copy of Longrieve. Now, this is not meant for reading. He told me not to read this because it is a proof. It's got different cover art. Changes have been made. But he sent this to me. He said, "Thank you, Andrew." He signed it for me. Very happy to have this in the collection. I've got the ebook version of the corrected Longreave, so I'm just kind of happy to have like an original copy of it. Yeah, so that's just kind of a little flavor to the collection. That's not actually meant to be read. And then I can chalk this one up to Zara and Alan. This is The Hammer and The Company. Both are KJ Parker books. I believe they're reading, I think they've already read The Company, or I think they're planning to read The Hammer in December, and I'm interested enough to try and join them. So I saw these again at a half-price books, and I just had to have them in my copy. I think these are overstocks. You can tell by the marks on the bottom. They just swipe them or put a dot. But yeah, they're in fairly good condition. They might have been read or bumped around a little bit. I don't care. I'm keep collecting KJ Parker, and I haven't read KJ Parker. But, these things happen. Another one that I picked up, I loved The Ember Blade by Chris Wooding. And his other series is the KDJs, which is like steampunk science fiction-ish, sort of flintlock fantasy adjacent, and that's Retribution Falls. This is the first book. I went with the UK cover because, I tried buying two different versions of the American printing of this. It was not as floppy, so the American was not as floppy. The UK is much floppier, and the UK also has more consistent cover art. Like, for some reason, after like the second book, they switched cover art in the US versions, and I don't like it because like it changes the title fonts and all that. So if I love this, I'm going to be continuing. I'm going to buy the next three if I like this one, and then Chris Wooding is of course almost done with the second book, the sequel to The Ember Blade. So I'm super excited for that. So I'm hoping to read this with Alan. I believe that's part of his quest for Flintlock Fantasy. This one I was sent as a advanced reader copy. No, it's not an ARC. It is a review copy. That is going to be the 7th Cadence from Emergent Realms right here. Guys, this cover is gorgeous, as well as the print copy on this. Like, look at that. Like, front, just prelude, bang. And then, like, if you, like, it's broken into, like, sections. So, like, the third movement, the second movement. Like, I just love it's a decently floppy. Guys, this is a gorgeous book. Look at the back cover right there. You've got your Emergent Realms. I'm super interested in this publisher, mainly because my good buddy Domnish_reads loved this book. I believe he gave it 4 stars. And Domnish and my taste tend to align fairly well. And for that reason, like, I'm super excited about this. This is written by Jim Wilborn. I believe, Continual Chronicles Book 1. So there will be more of these, and you can bet that just based off of the art, like, even if you don't like the story, look at that cover. See if I can get it to focus in off the shine. It's so, so beautiful. So I'm hoping to read this really, really soon and get a dedicated review out for this because, frankly, like, the book just is gorgeous enough to demand a review, and I hope the story matches. All right, and then we've got final 2 books. I have really been getting back into Clive Barker. I'm currently reading a Magica with Baron from Your Brain on Books. And, I enjoyed Weave World last year. So there's like the Trilogy of the Art or the something like that. But The Great and Secret Show by Clive Barker. This is a very gorgeous first edition US printing that is also signed by the author. I went and snagged this off of eBay. I don't want to talk about how much it cost. But I really enjoy Clive Barker's writing just because it's so poetic and beautiful. It tends to be a bit on the sexualized side, but I mean, that's just, you got to know that that's what you're getting into when you're reading Clive Barker. It's very, very adult oriented, specifically very, very sexualized. But like, one of the cool things about this cover is, I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see it from this angle. You can see all these little faces in the blue and black. So, yeah, like, look at that. It's so cool. And it's on the front cover as well. Like, it's just got all this detail on this. This cover is probably one of the most beautiful and detail-oriented that I now own. I love this. All right, and then the final book. I was going to read this month with Steve from Steve Talks About Books and stuff. And I just don't think I'll be able to fit it in. I hit a little bit of a slump at the beginning of the month, so I'm a little bit behind. But guys, like, when I put out the choose a starting point for Stephen King, which I'll go ahead and link up in the cards. It ended up winning, which I read and loved. A lot of people said 11/22/63, which wasn't even an option. So I went ahead and got 11/22/63. Now the odd thing about this copy of 11/22/63 is it's kind of skinny, and it doesn't look like they've compromised space. But I think they used like a thinner paper on this printing, because like it all seems to be here, but it is definitely does not take up as much space. But it's really dense and heavy as well. So I can definitely tell you that this is the full story. It's just a much skinnier. I think they went with a different like publisher or printer or something like that. Like they did with the Stormlight books. You know, when Stormlight first came out, they were these big chunky things, and then like they finally said, "Hey, we can't keep printing your books. We're not equipped to make books that big." So they went to somebody else who could make them a little skinnier. But I do now have 11/22/63. This is the last book in the book haul. And guys, I know I told you that I was working on a library tour. I am still planning on doing that. Like I said, I hit a little bit of a slump. I don't know. I took a little bit of a mental dip at the beginning of the month. I am better. I am back to normal. I'm just a little bit behind. So I am planning on still bringing you that library tour. Hopefully it'll be either late this month or early December. That said, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what books you hauled, what you are looking to haul. What do you think of my haul? I already know I've got a book buying problem. You don't need to let me know. You can, of course, tell me what you think I can do to better improve this problem or just exasperate it further. I always enjoy recommendations in the comments section down below. Please let me know. That said, guys, make sure to check the description down below for the link to the Wizzly Duo Discord. We would, of course, love to have you there with us. Or if you want to support this channel on a more regular basis, you can go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. That said, guys, that's the end of the video. So, peace out. Stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons.